Right. Well, I know this is an oddball time of the night. I got to be up early in the morning, so I'm running a little early. Reason for that title is I want to know what y'all think of the four things that are the most important in an RV to be able to stay in it full time and be comfortable. I think everybody must be asleep tonight. Rocky's even laid back tonight. Boy, it sure was a pretty day here today. 80 something degrees and no wind. But we got a little storm moving in now. Supposed to get some thunderstorms tonight. Wind done picked up. Hello, Diane. This may be a quiet night. That's the longest I've ever sat here without somebody being in here. Hello, Bill. How you doing, buddy? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Hopping around like a pogo stick. Well, how's your day going, Billy? It's Timmy Ray. Hey, Fairy Dust. How you doing, girl? Haven't seen you in a while. You done got to be a desert rat. Hmm. What's wrong? What's wrong with her back? You hurt her back, or you talking about the allergies and stuff? What happened to her? You decide you want to go ahead and do it. You just need the right setup, huh? Well, that's what got me started on this live tonight. I had a friend of mine call me talking about going full time, and he knew it. I'd been full time on and off since 2008. So we got to talking about what was important and what wasn't, and the four things you got to have to stay in one and be comfortable. Well, if you settle down on anything yet at all, fair does. Well, my deal on an RV, you got to have something to stay warm and cool. That's got to be comfortable. Well, I had to. You got to have a bathroom. You got to have a good bed, and you got to have some place to sit down and comfortable. If I've got those four things, I'm happy. Fair dust, you know, The average is people own three different RVs before they ever settle down on one they really like. What do you want? What do you want? Yeah, seeing Billy's dogs was what got me thinking about a little Rocky when I got there. And Catfish died. Yeah, he's in a mood. What do you want? Yeah, what are you doing? He's sitting there looking at me, and then he'll look up there where they're at. Crazy dog. You got where he uses them hands, them paws, just like a set of hands. Crack me up. He don't get real patient about it. He's pretty well mannered about that kind of stuff. You're not gonna make him sit down and wait for it. Now them labs I could set food in front of them and they'd sit there forever because you told them it was all right. That's the way Rocky is. He's like a little hand. When me and Rocky fight, it's when I go trimming his toenails. Damn, he hates that. And they're stout with them little old bitty feet too. Damn. Rocky done started growling. He was starting to get aggravated. Hello, Mike. That's not a bad way to go, Fairy Dust. Yeah, he like a damn frog. He jumps all the time. Hello, Quake Mister. I think I've seen you in here before, but welcome. Oh, here comes trouble.
Hey,
Hello.
Ryan.
What are you doing, Ernie?
Oh, shit. Kicking back, relaxing. How the heck you been?
Oh, I can't complain. I'm still walking around. Ain't nobody shot at me all day long, so it's been a pretty good one.
Well, yeah, I hear you on that one. Yeah, I've been trucking it up, and I got 3 trucks on going down to Thomasville, North Carolina, out of Mineral Wells, West Virginia.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Mineral Wells, Texas, and I was fixing to say, oh, damn.
Well, is that I'm that close?
Yeah, just about 1,800 miles off. That's about all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I loaded up there this afternoon, and I had to wait on the another guy, another driver. He had my tabs for my new plates for the next year. I waited on him for about an hour and a half, but he debooked it. He got there a little bit quicker than what I thought he would.
It sounds like y'all got some rough weather coming again.
Up our way.
Mhm. Looks like we're gonna miss this one.
I think that I think if I play it out right, I might miss some of it, but I might get a bunch of it though if I go up in Ohio.
Well, it's been 80 today, and it's supposed to be about that tomorrow. We're supposed to get a little rain tomorrow, and then for the next 10 days, we're supposed to be up in the 80s.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you guys needed it down there.
Oh, I was ready for it. Hello,
Oh,
Jess. How you doing, girl? Mr. Kenneth?
you guys been in some whirlwinds.
It's a crazy weather for Texas.
I hear you. Hi, Diane.
But, usually we get storms like that about every 4 or 5 years. But
Yeah,
we've had two of them this year.
that's
Or
crazy. Texas getting it. It's really
that's
crazy. Texas.
like driving through Wyoming or Montana. You don't never know what's going to be over the next hill.
You don't. You don't. That's why I get. I kind of like what I'm doing now. Ron. I'm in just this one little area. They keep putting me in. They keep putting me in. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm making money. I'm making money. I'm making more money than what I did with the other company.
Well, that's
Yeah, I
good.
might. Yeah, I work a little bit, but it's not really that hard.
Well, you get to get home a little bit more often too now, don't you?
Oh yes, I do, and she don't like it. She don't like it one bit. Nope. She- Well, she snores at night, Ron. I don't want to be home either. She snores really bad.
You done froze
You know
up,
what?
Ernie.
Oh, did I? I'll be back in.
Oh, you back now? Whoop. Hello, Janice. Diane was saying a while ago that you might have some wildfires getting pretty close to you. I got a friend of mine, and him and his wife been married a long time. I don't know, 30, 40 years. But he chases these storms, puts roofs on houses and stuff like that on hurricanes and tornadoes and stuff. And if he gets home in between jobs, he'll stay there about a week. She'd be telling him, "You go somewhere else. I'm tired of you." They both used to running their own show. Yeah, that's good. Everybody's okay then. Okay, Ernie, you get you some rest, man. And appreciate you coming in. All right. Yeah, and wildfires are not. Man, figure with all the rain y'all had this year, I wouldn't have figured you'd had much trouble with fire, down in your part of the country. Yeah, and that doesn't flare back up pretty easy. It's like us here right now. We got that little front moving through, the wind blowing 20, 30 miles an hour. If you get a fire in that, well, whew, then it gets hot enough to start generating its own wind. You ready to go, Jess? Anybody else want to come up? Come on. Yeah, I told the story here a minute ago, Mike, but they had a friend of mine call me today. He's wanting to go full time, and he knew I'd been doing it on and off since 2008. And he asked me that question and said, "What does it take to be comfortable?" And I told him, I said, "Well, there's four things I got to have. I got to have a way to stay warm and cool. I got to have a decent bed. I got to have a bathroom. And I got to have a damn chair to sit, a comfortable chair to sit down in, too. If you got them four, the rest of it just a cakewalk." If you think about it, that's all you really use in a house most of the time. The rest of it's got junk sitting on it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting the squeak back again. Well, usually when you're on the road, there ain't nobody around to hear it. Yeah, bet them if they want to bet. I got the rest of my junk in today, so I can get this video edited and deal worked out in my head like I want it. Well, then we'll start rolling. I got that new mic in and a deal for the wind muff and that kind of stuff. So it ought to be. I want it set up to where I can take about 5 minutes and be ready to start filming something. So looking forward to doing that. I tell you what, all in this thing lasted a long time though. It just now started squeaking again here in the last couple of days. There's one fly in this dang house and it's driving Rocky crazy. You drawing flies, buddy? Huh? Yeah, he got 9 babies. I took all them eggs out and put another batch in there. So I've got them on film too. So I was just waiting for this stuff to come in today to put it together. Well, that really wasn't real good. I got 9 out of 36 eggs. Last time I got 20 out of 36. But they shipped that thing in that cold weather with all that freezing weather, and I imagine that's what happened. The eggs I put back in it today are the ones that the hens already got grown or laying, so I ought to do a lot better on them. No, that's not real good, but it ought to start doing better now. And Fred done met his match. He's in a pen with just him and another rooster, and that rooster's about twice as big as he is. Boy, they get after it now. Fred can't bully that one. Yeah, but I should be through ordering eggs anyway. It'd be time to start eating before too long. No, I'll leave. Did you know I didn't see any of these hatch? They all hatched while there wasn't nobody around. And none of them are hung up in a shell or anything this time, so I guess just a real stout one made it. No. Fred just got a little man syndrome. He's a mean little shit. He found somebody to scrap with him now, so. About another 6 weeks, I ought to have all kind of quail. It'll be time to start warming the skillet up then. I got a 50-cent piece and put in that pen with them baby quail. And there's 2 or 3 of them quail that's so little that they're just about the size of that 50-cent piece. think he did. But when I fry Fred, I just hope he don't jump around in my stomach like he's been doing when he's running around. What are you doing, Roger? Boy, we got some sick people on this thing here. I was flipping around today on YouTube, and they had a video up, said 1 million views. So damn, what's that about? And it was some old gal that wasn't shaving under her arm. And she was shaving under her arms on that video, and it got 1 million views. I thought, ooh, we got some sick people in here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I didn't hang around long. About 30 seconds of that was enough. No, no. You stumble across that kind of stuff. What in the hell would you find if you went looking for it? Yeah, me. Ooh, that's gross. When you gonna start making videos, Janet? I don't know. I ain't got to worry about it because I'm not gonna do that. Hello, Georgianne. How you doing tonight? Oh yeah, that's all headed that way. I got, I got the rest of my stuff in, Janet, today. So won't be long now. we all kicking still, Jordan. Ooh, you come do mine for me if you want to, Janet. Y'all hang on. I gotta let this dog out. Yeah, I heard that too, Jordan. I know Cookie ain't been feeling real good. You know, you. Yeah, I think a lot of Cookie. He's a good guy. In a long fight. You know, when they give you that damn chemo, they come as close to killing you as they can. Yeah, you could tell he really didn't feel good. And if y'all are praying folks, well, he can use all the help he can get. Yeah. What did he say? It's been 6 or 7 years or something. He's been fighting it. Maybe longer than that. I don't know. Maybe 10 years. Cookie's not all that old. My dad lasted about 10 years. Yeah. 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 I think Cookie's in his 50s. A bad deal. That just depends on your upload speed, Timmy. No, that's right. If you got real good upload speed, well, it won't take that long to load it. Well, that's the part you don't never know. I got a friend of mine that wife got sick on a Friday and went in and they told her, said, "And you got it all over. You probably got 30 days." And she passed away that next Monday. She lasted 2 days. So you don't ever know. It's your time. It's your time. Here comes the wind back. Well, this wind been blowing here, and what they're saying said, "Don't come knocking if the trailer's rocking." Would nobody ever come to my house? Yep, that's right. You can stumble going down the stairs and break your neck. Yeah, that's right. Hello, Linda. How you doing, girl? I just don't want to go, Georgianne. And I'll tell you what, that's about half of it is attitude. I think that goes on a lot of things. I had buddies in high school that were old. I mean, mentally, they were old in high school. They were old men all their life. And then you see somebody else that's 80 something years old and act like a teenager. Yeah, that's not good, Linda. You don't want to get a dry socket on that thing. There you go, Janice. Oh, George had it straight, didn't he? You like that play on words. Let me go check on that crazy dog again. He's too quiet. He's into something. Yeah, I hate to hear that, Linda. Me and Badger were talking about that last night. This time of the year, when this weather's changing, seems like that happens a lot. Doesn't sound like it, does it? And we all getting beat up. Mm. Yeah, leave it to Diane. I'll take my hat off to y'all that have been nurses. That y'all do a hell of a job. That few years I worked as a combat medic, that was all of that kind of work I ever wanted. Okay, let me go off and come back on. See if that did it. Ain't no telling. Yeah, it's not like I need a heater if I keep getting froze. Hello, Grandma Kelly. How you doing? Yeah, I was a civilian then, though. Is this crazy thing still frozen? I may have to go out and come back in. Yeah, that's a pretty good stretch for you, isn't it, Linda? Hmm. You gone, Georgianne? You have a good one, girl. Damn. Well, let's see if that did it. No, it hadn't been kicking me off. No. I'll see if it stayed back. Yeah, something like that. It really didn't last that long. We just had them. They did that one right. Maybe I'll stay this time. Like I bought some super glue today. Probably so. took about 5,000 pictures off of this computer in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. Yeah, I guess. No, I took a couple short trips and that was all. I had some folks in my family that got pretty bad. I couldn't afford to leave. I haven't been a long time. It's supposed to be set up to do it on his own, Janet. But I'm beginning to wonder. I hadn't had any trouble with this thing at all until I upgraded to that Windows 11. And that's when I started having trouble with it again. But eventually it'll get, by the time they get 12 out, 11 gets straightened out. Yeah, I've got a, I don't know. It's supposed to run the scans and that stuff that it's supposed to do on its own, set up that way. I'm a dummy when it comes. I can run one, but as far as the mechanics of it, I'm not real sharp on that. Tell you what, I bet you there's a bunch of them snowbirds wonder what the hell people talking about. Oh, it's the same old live stream, Timmy. Yeah, that's just about right. I usually put off upgrading as long as I can. I've got 2 laptops and I hate them things. And I'm thinking about just setting up and putting another desktop in that camper of mine and one I'm on travel in. I wouldn't upgrade until I had to. Oh Lord, one of them's an HP, and one I don't even remember what the other one is. I like the desktops a whole lot better. Yeah. Hello, Jaws. Before I got a regular teardrop, Linda, I'd look at what's the name of them? Road Runners, Ridge Runners, or something made out in Florida. They're more of a square drop than a teardrop, but I had several friends of mine had them, and they sure like them. They don't weigh anything. How's everything going, Mr. Scott? Oh yeah, you can pull it, and no problem. I built one of those things a long time ago, and I had a straight six Jeep. And I pulled that thing all over drove from here to Colorado, and all of them mountains with it. There wasn't nothing to it. I think they're damn Roadrunner or something like that. They're made in Florida. I'll find that nick on that thing. Here, hang on just a minute. Runaway. Linda, them things are called a runaway camper. They're made in Florida. Hello, Bree. How you doing, girl? Linda, you can buy those things. They've got simple little ones, and uh, they're real simple. They're and then they got some that are Runaway, yep, and made in Florida. And I think that littlest one they've got, it starts like it doesn't have anything in it. You put what you want in it, but uh, they got one that's like $2,900. The littlest one I think is a 4x8, and then they go on up from there, but they're not real big. Yes, ma'am, Miss Bree. We won't ask then. Well, have you got your waterfall tape yet? Yeah, they're cheap on up to. I think the most expensive one they got like 10 grand. But to me, they make more sense than a regular teardrop. There's a lady that I used to camp with, and she pulled that thing to quartzite and all over the place. Hey, Moon, how you doing tonight? Now, Bree, you be like I was when I was making videos. I'd make a video and think, man, this ain't gonna knock out of the park, and it wouldn't do worth a damn. Then I'd have one that I'd think, ugh, ain't nothing to this one, and that's the one that would get real popular. Working tonight, you still babysitting? Well, we're sitting right on 70 tonight, Janice. You can tell we got some rain coming in. It'll get muggy. Boy, I'm glad I got somebody poo quake. Hello, RV. Bree, have you started wearing your track shoes around the house, taking care of that young'un? Well, Quake, I always figured if I couldn't laugh at myself, nobody else could. Hey, KT, how you been? Uh-oh. Hello, Badge. The world couldn't stand too many of me. I got a couple ex-wives that wouldn't agree with you at all. Badge, what are you up to today? No, they damn sure didn't. Oh, boy, wind's blowing here too, like crazy, Badge. What'd you get blowed away now? Oh, that's right. You had to drive today, didn't you, Joe? I'll have to go back and look at that after I get off here.
Hey, have I got a story for you, buddy? You started this. You said, "Oh, what'd you do today?" I'm going to tell you a story. Hey, just in case you want to know, you got RFBFE on the thing. There's Xanadu, right? And
Yeah.
they're down in Texas, and they haven't had good luck lately. But I'm hoping it turns around. So I want everybody to give them a big prayer. They need a big prayer. But oh, geez, I wish I'd get a thing to hold my phone when I'm doing this, you know. But anyway, so this is a story. Now, you ready for this? I'm only going to tell you once, so pay attention. So,
Yes, sir.
about 3 days ago, we're at this LTV in California, and this car went down along the edge through the barrier, like the out of the area. Because on the outside of the area, it's BLM, but you're not allowed to camp there. So this person was up there. I didn't know who it was. So Byron, the guy that's a camp host here, or that works for BLM, he went up and the guy just ripped him a new asshole. And like, I know where I am, and I can stay wherever I want, and you can't tell me what to do, and yada yada yada. So Byron said, no problems. He comes back and he tells the ranger anyway. So we're watching this thing, and I'm out there. What the hell was I doing? I was working on the truck. Oh, washing my dirty old coveralls. That's what it was. And the guy shows up, drives up in this Subaru, and he rolls down the window. This is honest God true story. I can't make this shit up. And I says, he says, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm doing pretty good." I says, "You know, you can't camp out there." He says, yeah, I know. Well, I need some help. I said, what do you need? He says, well, I'm in a bad situation, and I got to go to Northern California and get a job, and I got nowhere to live, and I got this dog I got to get rid of. I says, what? I got this dog I got to get rid of. I says, well, let me see the dog. So he goes and opens up the back, and it's in a Subaru, and this thing is just full, right? Because he's not living in a house or anything, right? Open up, and here it is, this little dog. I hope my phone doesn't fall. This little dog, and it's a purebred Aussie border collie. Purebred, just a little shit. The thing's like, I think it was what, 8 weeks old, 9 weeks old, and just as cute as a button. I said, Al, you might want to come and look at this. So I already made my mind up then I was going to take the dog, right? But I said, let's just see what Gina says. So Gina, the girl I fixed the bus for, she looked at it and says, I'll take that. I love that dog. She was looking for another dog, right? I said, well, whatever. I said to Al, I says, if you don't take it, I'll take it. I don't know what we need 3 dogs for, but at least I can get along with dogs. So anyway, this goes on and on and on. And this guy paid $2,000 for this dog. And he gave it to her. I said, holy shit, man.
With the stipulation, it didn't end up at the pound.
Huh?
With the stipulation, it didn't end up at the pound.
Yeah. And the thing is that I talked to Byron about this. I told Byron the story, but he says, well, I'm really happy that you guys took it. I says, why? And I guess this is a big deal. He says, oh, they would have just put it out in the desert and drove away. I said, you're kidding. He says, oh, no, it's quite common around here. I says, holy crap. Like, really? But anyway, so we get Gina makes her mind up. She wants a dog. And I said to the guy, I says, I'll give you some money for it. No. I got to get rid of it. So I'm a little leery about that, right? So anyway, she gets all the paperwork, the papers for the dog, the registered papers. It's a registered dog. And I says, well, I says, we got to take this because Gina's coming to Canada, right? I says, we got to take this thing through the border. And the last thing you want is to get to the border and find out you got a stolen dog. I says, phone that people on that thing and see what they say. So she emailed them back and forth and said, no, it's a legit dog. I'm glad you got it. Send pictures. So yeah, so it's a legit dog. And it's just as cute as a button. I give you a picture, but I don't know how to do it. So I got a picture of it. But it's just, yeah.
So you went to the dogs today, huh?
I went to the dogs today. Yeah. I went to the dogs today. Yeah, I did. But no, I didn't do very much today. There's a guy's truck here that's not running too good. I was going to go over and do it. The wind is just crazy, though. Like, what the hell is it? 36, 37 miles an hour? It's just crazy. It's crazy.
It's that way here right now.
Oh my God, that stuff! I can't stand the wind. The wind, like I can do a lot of shit, but the wind, that wind just kicks the daylights right out of me, man. It gives me earaches and everything. So I gotta stay out of the wind. But yeah, that's my story for today. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool. Well, I don't see how in the hell somebody gets rid of a dog like that.
That's 2 now. Max is the same way.
Really?
Yeah, our Max here, we got that from Canada the same way. A girl had it, and she took it into the vet to get it put down. And Brad, his daughter, worked at the vet clinic, and the vet wouldn't put it down. This is purebred border collie, Aussie border collie, right? And she wouldn't put it down. She says, find somebody to take this dog. So she says, well, I know Bad Janelle are down in Arizona. They're looking for a dog. because we just lost Patch, right? So Brad says, "Oh, but he didn't know we already had Maple, so that's all right." So um, he says, "We got a dog here for you." I said, "Send pictures." That was the wrong thing to do. Al says, "Oh yeah, we can keep that dog." I says, "Oh, that's 2 dogs. We were looking for another dog with Max or with Maple anyway, or with um, Patches anyway. We're looking for a second dog anyway." But yeah, so she says, "Oh yeah, we'll keep it." So we kept Max, and then, yeah, same thing, exactly. But you know the funny we were talking about that today, me and Al, is that the purebred dogs, the breeders don't check anybody out. If you go to we went to the SPCA or the Lake Havasu um, Pound Humane Society, and they checked us out. They checked where we live, made sure we had a yard, make sure we know how to travel with the dog, make sure the dog had all his shots, make sure we had enough money to take it to the vet, and all that. And these breeders, they don't do none of that shit. That's 2 we know now. Within, well, that was 3 years ago we know, but yeah, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah, Bree come up with a couple rabbits like that.
That's not the same thing.
No.
I know rabbits. A lot of people are with rabbits too. I got to get in the chat because I want to talk to BFE. There you are.
Hello, Jane Bray.
Yes, I had a rough day, Jane. Yep, I did. Don't matter. You know, it wasn't that bad because, well, it's a dog and all that. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, you know, Janice, the good breeders here are like Badge is talking about. And then you got the puppy mills, and they don't give a damn.
No, they just. But this is legit. This is legit place too. I checked it on the web. It's legit because when it was kind of funny. Well, it wasn't funny at all. There was nothing funny about it at all. But when Patch passed away, we were looking for a border collie down here, and that's the one that I was looking at. The one over by Cochise County. It's 15 or 20 miles outside Tombstone. And that was a breeder, and they breed only Aussie border collies, and you have to order them ahead of time. They have a waiting list. There's not dogs that you just walk in there and say, "Oh, I'll take one of them dogs." It's not that way. They're all bred dogs, and they're all champion dogs. Like they're all unbelievable. But yeah, that was a good day. I think.
They're shutting these puppy mills down here in the States too.
The puppy mills, I got no use for them.
Yeah.
I got one from a puppy mill. This is a true story too. I got this with the first wife. She wanted a Shih Tzu, so we looked online. It was this Shih Tzu was out in outside Edmonton, so we go and get this dog, and it was a cute little, a Shih Tzu. It was a Shih Tzu, right? So, it was probably 3 months, and I come home from work because I used to work afternoons at midnight, and she was in bed reading a book, and that little Shih Tzu was sitting right by her. And I come in the bedroom, and that friggin' thing attacked me. Like it attacked me. Like it was bit onto my finger and everything. And I flicked that thing right up against the wall. I said, "This thing's possessed." She says, "Wow, I don't know. It just doesn't do nothing to me." I said, "Well, maybe you're lucky." But anyway, so then about a month later, the little kid next door, the thing bit her right on the lip. I said, "Jesus Christ, you got to get rid of this dog. I'll never be able to pay the bills." So anyway, how the hell did that go? So I took it over to the vet, a horse vet. She was a horse vet, but she's really good with animals like dogs and trains dogs and all that stuff. So I said, Margaret, what about this little Shih Tzu? What did it do? I said, it bit me, and it bit this little kid. I says, what are we gonna do? Is there a way to train her? She said, no. I says, what do you mean no? He says, you can't train it. If it bites, you can't train it. It'll keep biting. I says, well, what are you gonna do? So we ended up putting the thing down. We had to, because I couldn't. If it bit somebody and they sued me, I'd be done.
Yeah.
So we had. She says, no. He says, I know you don't want to do it, but you have to do it. She says, I'll do it for you, but I says, because you'll never be able to train it out of it. Never. I guess dogs, when they start biting, they just don't. It's like she says it's the same as a pit bull. The same thing. If they start biting, you can't train them out.
Well, I tell you what, a Shih Tzu is bad about that. They there's a lot of them little old dogs are bad about biting.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it, like that poor little kid. She's only like, I think she was like 6, and the thing bit her lip. She ended up with a scar. They never sued us or nothing. So you're lucky, man. I tell you, boys, oh boys.
Somebody asked you on here, did you look at Jamie's bus today?
I don't want to say nothing about Jamie's bus.
Okay.
Let's put it this way. If you got no money, you got no money. Simple as that.
Yep, that's right.
Like I'm not gonna bullshit. You're sitting on a big bill and you can't make silk out of shit. You just can't do it.
Yeah. That goes back to some of that stuff we were talking about on the diesels.
Yeah.
You don't work on them things cheap.
No. And it's getting worse and worse and worse all the time. Like one guy across the way, he says, oh, I got this truck and that's the one with the fuel filter, right? I was telling you about. I said, well, this thing needs some serious engine work. Oh, geez, it's only got so many miles on it. So they won't tell me what the bill is, but the guy hinted that it was thousands of dollars that it cost them to fix it. Like, I don't know why they put this money into this junk to sell it. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. That's why I don't have a diesel. Never will. I can even fix the damn thing and I still won't have one. So. But it's funny you mentioned that, because me and Jane Bray were talking about that last summer when I met her in Ontario. We're talking about diesel. She says, you don't have a diesel. I said, no, I don't. Never will.
Well, when I was delivering RVs, I ran diesel, but I ran them like you're supposed to. You were working them and they were making money, and as long as they made money, well, that was fine. But
but then you didn't mind it. Like, if you're making money with it, it's a whole different ballgame. But if you're driving around hauling your trailer around and it kicks out an injector at the tune of $1,000, that's a lot of money. And
and you're not going to put a diesel in a shop for less than $1,000.
No.
I mean, it's going to cost at least that.
No, it's just no. Like we were even talking about the other day. Who the hell was it? Talking about somebody about oil changes. Even the oil change. I can change my oil for $30. Go to Walmart, get cheap 5 liters of oil or 7 liters of oil in a filter. You're under $30. A diesel, you're over 100. It don't matter who you are.
Yep.
And some of them now, somebody was telling me. Oh, that was Mike up the hill. Paula was telling me that it's almost $200 to almost $300 now for them to change oil to synthetic on that 6.7 in that Ford. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Back even when I was driving, Ford come out with that 6.0, and just the damn filters on it, the fuel filters and air filters on it, were several $100.
Boat anchor.
Yeah.
That was a boat anchor.
Yeah, you can't tell
You know,
me.
you had a 6 liter. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The only thing that you got to have on speed dial is a gas station and a mechanic, and you got it made.
I bought a 450. It was 2004, right when they come out with them 6.0. And I was a Ford man, and I bought that 450 with a hauler bed on it. I mean, it was a hell of a fancy truck. And I think, of course, I lost my butt on it, but I finally had to give it back to Ford as a lemon law because
A
it
lot of
saved.
them did that. A lot of it was amazing how many. See, they don't have the lemon laws in Canada, so they get away with it up there. But it's it was just unbelievable. Like the 6.0 was a big boat anchor. I don't care what they say in the comments because I worked on them. My brother still works on the things, and they're just had so many issues unless you bulletproofed them and put the good stuff in them. Like I'm talking $5,000-6,000 worth of good equipment.
Yeah.
They're always going to break down.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I've heard as high as 10,000 to bulletproof.
Yeah, that's on a good day.
Yeah.
But the oil coolers, the high pressure oil pumps, the injectors, it's all just, you know. And the thing about it is that Ford had an issue with them and never had to recall the pieces of junk. They should have pulled everyone off the road and give them a new truck because those things, man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Like I said, I've always said from day one why I don't own a diesel is because I made millions of dollars off them, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
It was a 6.0. I made millions of dollars off of like
That last,
every time you turn around. Shit, we had one and I put and it didn't matter. It doesn't matter how good a mechanic you are. It don't matter because it is like a possessed dog. It'll tell you when it's gonna what we're gonna do. You don't tell it what you're gonna do. It'll tell you. You go and scan it. Oh yeah, you need 2 injectors. Put 2 injectors in it. Drive down the road. Oh, you need a turbo. Well, why didn't you tell me that when I did the injectors? Oh, we can't do that. You have to, you got to do it piece by piece.
that,
Like even what's his name, Sean from Long Long Honeymoon. He took his into Bulletproof. Mind he got it sponsored by Bulletproof, but they went in there and put $12,000 into it. New injectors, um, redid the head gaskets, and put in a new oil coolers or the EGR cooler and the high pressure oil pump, all that stuff. Then bulletproofed it, and then it's been good ever since. So, but that's $12,000.
that
You can
last
almost buy a truck for that.
trip that I took in that 6.0 of mine, it went to acting crazy and started getting warm. And I stopped. And when I got out, I knew what was wrong. The damn thing, I think the turbocharger had screwed up. Anyway, I was filling the radiator up full of oil.
Yeah.
And I called that dealer, and I asked him, I said, it was about the third time. I said, you want to send a wrecker out here to get it? He said, drive that son of a bitch in. I said, do your best to blow that damn motor up. So hang that
Yeah.
damn thing in low gear. And I was about 45, 50 miles from that dealer.
Yeah.
And I did my best to blow it up, but it wouldn't blow up. But that was the end of that. Me and Ford went round and round, and I lost a lot of money on the truck, but still I was out from under it. That's when I bought that Dodge with that
We
Cummins.
was it's probably around the same time as that. That was 07. Yeah. 6 or 7, and a guy come out of Elkhart pulling trailers and got up into Edmonton, and this thing is just toot, 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 toot. I says, you might want to fix that thing. No, needs ejectors, I ain't putting them in. I says, well, you got to go back to Chicago or Elkhart. Yep, it blows up. I'll leave it on the side of the road, take my bag, and walk away from it. He says, the Ford don't want to fix it. I'm not fixing it. And he drove it. It didn't sound very good at all. But
Well, you know, the damn Chevrolet Power Strokes were just about as bad. That damn fuel line was busted. It was inside the valve cover, filled a damn pan full of diesel.
yeah,
And at the time I was fooling with the diesels. The 073 Ford were pretty tough, and but they were still a diesel motor. And then the Dodge Cummins, that motor was a good motor. I put 325,000 on that truck.
No,
And
that was they only had the 1 year. The 06 was a bad year.
yeah, well, they started changing them in 05.
Yeah.
04 was still a good motor.
That was a good motor though. God almighty, man. I had an 06 Dodge with they put a used motor in it. Anyway, I found the story out that somebody gave them a PO to put a new motor in it, and they didn't really know what was the matter with the engine. But anyway, they put a motor. So when I got it, it had a new motor, and I drove that thing I had 520,000 on it when I traded. Well, I got a newer truck, right? They give me a new truck because they were scared I'd be on the side of the road, and with the service truck, so they give me an 08 Ford. It was a pretty good truck, really. I don't have no issues with it.
I tell you what, this buddy of mine here has got a Dodge 3/4 ton, and he's got about 300,000 on it now, or 250. But I got tickled at him. He said, "I'm gonna keep it." So they want $75,000 for another 3/4 ton, just like this.
Yeah.
And,
That's like we were talking about that before. Like we're going to downsize and get a smaller vehicle and smaller trailer and all that. I can't afford that shit. Like by the time, like going down to what Jane Bray's got with the FJ and the 20-foot trailer and all that, we were thinking of that. But it's just I can't afford it because they want 60, 70,000 for a truck, and it's just not worth it. So we'll just keep the big stuff and keep adding gas to it, I guess. But it runs really good.
Daryl's truck started getting hot on him the other day, and they got the electric fans on them. Electric fan for that 3/4 ton Dodge cost $500.
I know. I just put one in.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like he said. He said, I can take about 10 grand and put a new motor in this thing if I need to. He said, I'm gonna keep this truck. And I ain't.
Yeah.
That for $70,000, I can put 7 motors in it.
See that? Jimmy's in the chat. He's talking about power jokes. Yeah, he's still working on that junk. So.
Oh Lord.
But that's just the way they are. Look at that one that Jimmy's got one that Billy gave him, right? And it's the same thing. He bought this thing. Well, it used to be the guy used to haul trailers from Elkhart with it. And so we bought it for dirt. Thank God for small miracles. And the thing ran, it sat for 4 years or 3 years or something. So we got going, and Jimmy took it down to Kelowna, and the thing ran perfect for about 6 days. Worked just perfect. Started up, run like a top, and then one day it just said, "To hell with you, I'm not starting," and hasn't started since. It's just a pain in the ass. They're not dependable at all. But then you got guys that just swear by them. Well, you keep swearing at it because I sure did. So, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've got the gas engines now, where they'll pull about like a diesel.
Well, that one of mine, that Dodge I got, boy, that thing that's got that 5.7 in it, and that son of a bitch will pull. Well, it pulls this trailer, and I don't even use it in overdrive. Or I don't even take it out of overdrive. It pulls it just fine. And the thing still, well, now I went down there, Ironwood there last week, and we were getting, we got 9.5 going down and 11.5 coming back. So
that's as good as a diesel right there.
Well, exactly. And down here, I don't know, it's probably like that all over the country, but diesels is buck more here than it is buck more than the gas. So it was kind of good at when it first came out, like when we were pulling trailers.
Yeah.
when we were pulling trailers, it wasn't bad because diesel was cheaper than gas. It was probably 50, 60 cents cheaper. And
Yeah.
now, when it's a buck more, it's not like you figure you buy a truck, you go buy a diesel truck, and you're going to pay anywhere from 10 to 15,000 for the diesel option, and then you're going to pay $2 a gallon more for diesel. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. But if
No.
you're a diesel guy, I guess you're a diesel guy. I'm not a diesel guy. Like I say, I the only way I do diesels is fix them. I'm pretty good at it too, by the way. But, yeah.
But you know, the who did you work for when you were pulling trailers? Are you working for somebody out of Elkhart or somebody out of Canada?
No, I can tell you a story about that after. I worked for the RV dealer, Paradise RV. We used to pull pull our own trailers. So you know this story. You know this story really good. So we go down to Elkhart, pull the trailers, and all the trailer guys that pull out of Elkhart, they're a bunch of cronies, right? Well, where's your dealer plate? I said, I got a dealer plate. No, you have to have a Minnesota plate. I said, I don't need no damn Minnesota plate. Well, yeah, you just got to stop at the scale. I said, no, I don't stop at the scales. Well, you have to. I said, well, I don't. So anyway, I pulled through from, what's the first scale? Just inside Minnesota at Eau Claire. Hudson. And I pulled through there, and the guy, and I pull up to the this is so funny, Ron. And I pull up to the rest area just past there, right? And the guy pulls in. He didn't pull, and the guy's a transfer guy, right? He says, you never stopped at the scale. I said, no. Well, where's your Minnesota plate? I said, I don't have one. Well, how do you not pull trailers without it? Oh, I'm not a trailer transfer guy. I'm pulling this trailer back for Paradise RV. Well, what do you mean? I'm a tester. He says, what do you mean a tester? I said, well, I go down to Elkhart and they'll come out with a new trailer this year. And, bullshit baffles brains, right? And I says, I go to Elkhart and pick up this trailer, and then I come back and I log down all the diesel I burned and any repairs I did to it and how long I drove it and what was the average mile per hour pulling that trailer and what the weight was. Oh, geez, I have to think about it. I might have to get that. I might have to get a job like that. I said, well, that's the only way to do it. I said, just be a trailer tester. So, so that was kind of funny, but yeah.
Well, I worked for Horizon Transport.
Yeah, Horizon was huge.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem with you, and you know how they work, them guys. Everything's all mirrors and bullshit because they say, "Oh yeah, well we'll pay you $900 to get there." Well, yeah, but how do I get back? Well, you're on your own. Well, so it takes me a week to get there and a week to get back, and I get $900 for 2 weeks. Yeah, well, sort of. What do you mean? Well, sort of. Well, you just have to drive faster.
Yeah.
That there was a team that came out of. They were driving for Horizon. They weren't a hot team. They were just a team, and they would leave Elkhart on a Friday morning with a trailer up to Edmonton, and they'd be back in Elkhart on Monday.
Oh, you could do it if you could.
5,000. It was 550. Yeah, it was 5,600 miles, and they did it in a weekend. And me and my buddy, we did it because when we drive. We didn't do team very often, but we did. So we get in a pickup. We left, and the guys and Craig says we have to be at Renegade by noon on Friday. This is Thursday afternoon. This is Thursday morning. He says you got to be in Renegade by noon Friday to pick up the Renegade, $1 million Renegade, right? I said, okay, we can do this, eh, Dean? Yeah, we can do it. 26 hours from Edmonton to Elkhart. nonstop. And then we picked it up and we come back and the same thing. We're back in, what the hell was it? 2.5 days. We're back. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy shit you do.
The day I quit up there, the diesel in Oregon and California got to about $6.
Now, I think it was 5 something here.
I took and called my head dispatcher, and he was a smart ass. And I said, Dan, when they gonna kick this fuel surcharge up? I'm paying $6 a gallon for diesel. And he popped off. He said, whenever they give you a surcharge, when they kick it up, I'll let you know. I said, I tell you what, I done had about all this I want. And I was in Washington State. And
Yeah, it's I forget what the hell it was. 6 something here now.
yeah, and Oregon and Washington, California were always bad.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, I tell you what, you just de-lease me. You take me off a damn lease right now. And I hung up on him. Well, he kept trying to call me back. Well, I finally answered the phone the next day about 2 o'clock. And he said, man, I got you a sweet back all, you know. I said, I told you to de-lease me. He said, oh, no, man. Said, go pick that trailer up. Said, we'll work something out. I said, God dang it, Dan, I'm in Texas. How in the hell did you get from damn Washington State to Texas in about 30 hours? I said, I don't work for you anymore. I'm not leased. I drive like I want to now. Yeah. And that was the last step. But you know,
I seen a really cool combo the other day. I was over getting water at La Posa South yesterday, and a guy was over across the way getting water. He had a Volvo tandem tractor with a side-by-side on the 5th wheel that had a sleeper on it, and he had a side-by-side on the back of the truck, and then he had a 30-foot Rockwood trailer hit bumper pull behind it with a Jeep hook to it. A tow. That ain't friggin' legal, is it?
In some states it is.
I thought you had to have a 5th wheel to have something behind it.
No. You
shit, I seen that. I said, holy crap, what a combo. The truck could pull it, no problem, and stop it, because you didn't have no weight, right? You probably only had, what, maybe 15,000, if that.
I used to bass fish a lake over here in a campground, and there was no boy used to come over there in a Class A, and he'd be pulling a cargo trailer, big fancy ass bass boat behind that and something else, a jet ski. He had a jet ski behind the boat. Had 4 things. You get down there in Janice's country and see one of them damn trains they got down there that's got 10 trailers behind a tractor.
There's what the hell was it? It was a big motorhome. It was one of the big Class A's, right? The diesel pushers, right? And tandem axle, and it had a trailer on it with what the hell's that fancy Chevy?
Silverado?
No, the one with the plastic on it.
Oh, okay.
The girl's car, the girl's truck. Avalanche. Had an Avalanche on it with a side-by-side in the box of the Avalanche.
Yeah.
I said, holy shit, that must be some trying to push that down the road. But
there's something else to see, though. When I used to go down there, we flew out to that.
What's that?
Janice was talking about those road trains that just had limited places they could run.
Oh, I want to drive one of them suckers, boy.
I went to high school with an exchange student from Australia.
I like to drive one of them bastards.
I've been down there 2 or 3 times, and they don't call them a ranch down there; they call them a station.
Yeah.
but we'd fly into there. But them land trains, hell, that's how they got everything they got back in there.
Yeah. That's all they use. That's all they use.
Look like a damn snake going down the road, don't they, Janet?
Yep.
Damn.
Where
What?
you where you at, Jane? Are you in Alberta or are you in BC still? You say it's snowing there. I don't have a snow shovel, so I can't come back. But it ain't warming up anytime soon. I was gonna go see Jimmy, but it's still cold there too.
Well,
Oh, she's
yeah,
still on the island and it's snowing. Oh, that sucks. It's still not snow there.
we've been on here about 2 hours. I guess it's
I
about.
know we should go. I just thought I'd come up and tell you my dog story because it's kind of funny, you know.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you what, these damn registered dogs not cheap anymore.
Well, that one was $2,000.
Well, you know, Rocky's a Boston Terrier,
Yeah.
and they got a little dog that looks like a Boston Terrier, but it's a French bulldog.
Yeah.
And them damn things, they start about 1,800
Oh yeah. It's
and
just
got a
crazy.
real short lifespan. They don't live very long.
Yeah.
But they're cute. Anyway,
Right.
I appreciate you coming up, man.
I just thought I said to Al, I said, I got to tell Ron my story. Nobody will believe it. I know he will, though. So, yeah, it's kind of funny. I said, Jesus Christ. Like, it's just, you know, you go along and you don't get nothing, right? And everybody says, oh, you do nothing. You do all kinds of shit for nothing. You don't, but then it all comes back to you. So, and then a guy dropped me a 100-watt solar panel yesterday. That was kind of cool. He says, you want a 100-watt solar panel? I said, why? What's the matter with it? Well, when he shipped it to me, it was broke. It was crap. But I sprayed it with clear and it works just fine. I said, well, sure. So I hooked it up. It works just fine. It just works just fine. So
yeah, that's something I got to do is get some solar set up.
I got that little generator I snagged, boy. That thing just runs. I've been running the wheels off that just to make sure. That thing just purrs out there.
Oh yeah, and them little small generators. I bought a Predator, found a deal. Old boy bought one, never had took it out of the damn box. And
them are. I gotta admit, those Predators are pretty good generators. You know, I think they're. I want to say they're a knockoff of a Honda, but I think they're. There's one of them that's built by Honda. There's one that's built by Honda.
Yeah, it's the same as a Honda. You can put
Yeah.
a cover on it, and you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, it's a really good. I know lots of people that got that little one. I don't know if it's 2,000 or is it 2,100 watts.
And one I got 2,100.
Yeah, 2,100 watts, and you can't. I don't know. I can't tell the difference between that and a Honda. It looks pretty damn close to the same to me. Because I can't see the Chinese being that good of a knockoff, but you know, because usually they'll burn a lot of oil or they'll burn a lot of gas. That friggin' Honda runs on 2 quarts of gas all night. 2 friggin' quarts.
Yeah,
half a gallon.
They're a good little old generator.
Oh yeah, that thing.
All right, let's get out of here.
Okay, we're going to 56. We might as well go to 2 hours now.
Oh, we got to go another 3.5 minutes, huh?
That's right. Another 3.5 minutes, and we'll kick this out. Then it'll be an even number. You don't want to go out with a 156.36. That's not round. That's not a good number. But yeah. So yeah.
Well, you're gonna be like Angie on this dumpster diving in these generators.
Oh God, I tell you, you know, it's funny, you know, because I was telling Elle, she says, well, you got that generator now, you'll be happy. I says, yeah. I says, I was trying to figure out a way that I could snag a Honda generator and get it by you without, getting beat up or thrown in the trash can. Now I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, it's all good. I didn't even have to suckle or make breakfast for 2 years in a row or nothing. So it's all good.
That one I was telling you about, I threw away. Well, it wasn't a Honda; it was a cheap
Oh,
one.
you threw that. Why do you have to keep bringing that up?
Well,
Jimmy,
I'm
did you hear that, Jimmy? Did you hear that, Jimmy? You probably didn't hear that because you weren't here. He had a generator and threw it in the garbage. And he never even gave us a chance to fix it. Can you believe that, Jimmy?
well. Now I'll tell you the rest of the story now. That thing went to the river about 3 times a week and would run about 10 hours a night. Anyway, it had over 1,000 hours on it, and it
That's
was
irregardless. That's
pump,
immaterial.
pumping oil like a son of a buck.
Oh,
It was wore out.
no. Okay.
But
That's like that little, that old, like me and Billy got the same, Willie got the same generator. We bought them 2000 Champions, right? So he never used, that's the one I got in my truck now because he never used it. But I had mine and I blew it up at last van build and the engine seized. So, you're banging around. They're like they were 670 American here. So I phoned up Champion. I said, "What's the price on a motor?" "Oh, I can get you one of them landed in Ehrenberg for $191. I says, $191 for the whole motor? Yeah. So, because just to back up, I needed the rewind starter, I needed a carburetor, and I needed something else. What was it? Carburetor, the rewind starter. Oh, and the magneto and the coil and the spark plug. So that's like $300, right? So this thing come loaded with everything. It was a dress motor, come with a brand new carburetor and everything. So I made out like a bandit on that one. I put that thing in and it purred like a kitten. That thing, I can run the wheels off that thing and never uses oil ever. It's just unbelievable.
This one here was just wore out. I mean, I'd got my goodies out of it. But you can buy a 6.5 horse Predator motor like was on that generator.
Yeah.
For about $100.
Yeah, Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
And we gotta go now. We're up to 2 hours now. Sorry, Ron.
Yeah. The only reason I didn't do that generator, I had tore one apart. That's the second one I had. And it had a tapered drive shaft on it. I mean, the crankshaft was tapered. It wasn't a square shaft.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
And so you had to have that special motor. You had to have it. And I don't know, it was something like $300 or something. Hell, I could buy a new one for about $350. So
yeah,
it wouldn't work.
But that was a good deal buying that new motor from Champion, because that thing just starts on the first pull. It works really good. I like that one. That thing. That's a good generator. That's the one Paula brought down last winter. I gave it to her to bring down. And what's her name? Wonderful Life on Wheels or whatever it was. They were using it when their generator went down.
Pioneer is a good generator.
Yeah, they are.
All right.
Hey, buddy. Good talking to you. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye. I appreciate everybody in chat and putting up with us, and we'll talk to y'all tomorrow.